Morning and welcome to the Centers for Spiritual Living Davis / Winters and beyond. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. That's the whole song. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I swear God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. If you're feeling sick, no, I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. The place where God shows up. The place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God starts. Yes, I am the place where your Father lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Good morning and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Davis and beyond. And beyond, yes. And I just want to say a special welcome to our musical guest, Mr. Gary Weinberg.
And I'm a little late, so I apologize.
Oh, no worries. You are here, man. You are never late. All right. So welcome, Gary, and thank you for being our musical director today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And welcome to everyone. Welcome to our home, to your spiritual home, the Center for Spiritual Living Davis. And did I say my name? No. I'm Reverend David Clark. I am the senior minister here at CSLD. And wow, it has been a great, beautiful, crisp, clean morning. Everything is going just exactly as it should. It's one of those mornings where I'm just going to ride this. One of those mornings where you're like, oh, the shoe's going to drop. Everything's going too well. No, cancel out that line of thinking. Ride the wave of good if you're on it. Ride that sucker all the way to more good. So there is no other shoe to drop. The other shoe is God. So I think And of course my click. And as soon as I say that, isn't that funny? As soon as I say everything's going perfect.
God's got jokes.
Yes, God's got jokes. God's got jokes as soon as I say that. So, Patrick, if you could keep up with what I'm saying, my clicker is defunct. So, first of all, we want to do our namaste time. It's namaste time. Doesn't matter about the slides. The namaste time is when we have and when we take a moment to purposely look at each other and know that we are whole, perfect, and complete, looking at another whole, perfect, and complete person. So this is our opportunity to do that consciously, deliberately, and blessedly. So let's greet each other with namaste. Ah, doesn't it feel good to just look over at somebody and open up your heart and give them a big spiritual hug and acknowledging who they really are? I love our namaste time. So now, if you're new to this philosophy, or if you're here for the first time, there are some things that we believe here at the Center for Spiritual Living Davis and beyond that we would like to share with you. We believe and practice these things right here and now. Number one, we believe that love is all there is. Love is all there is. Love brought you here today. Love woke you up in the morning. Love puts you to bed at night. We are constantly surrounded by love and the products of love. So we believe in the power of love. Number two, we believe that all thought is creative and influential. Thoughts are things. And everything you see around you, everything that you're wearing, the you that is you, was preceded by thought and then came into being. So we have that power of creation just as God has that power of creation. So we consider very carefully and pay attention to what we think in the practice of this philosophy. Number three, we believe that you are whole, perfect, and complete exactly as you are right now. And that's just what we were practicing. Your wholeness, your perfection, your completeness, your complete. How do we know this? How do we know this? We come from a whole, perfect, and complete God. Why do we know this? We know this. Wow. Going into every situation, already knowing that you're whole, perfect, and complete. Going into every job interview, every confrontation, every tough moment, knowing for sure and without a doubt that you are perfect and complete. It is a sea change from having question marks about who you are and what you are. There is no question. You're whole, perfect, and complete. You're a child of God. That's what you are. So, number four, we believe in a world that works for everyone, and we're working from that world together. And that means that we believe that this world operates, the universe operates on cause and effect, on love, on law, and the rules are universal. to everyone. So we're just learning those rules and learning how we can create and manifest in our own lives. So now I want to welcome to the screen our practitioner at large, our practitioner of the day, Gail Jackson, and she is going to give us our vision, our mission, and today's affirmation. Good morning, Gail.
Good morning, Reverend David, and thank you. Good morning, all. Our vision today is, our vision is to create an environment for all to realize the power of spiritual connection. Our mission, to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and live their inherent greatness. And now I would like for you all to read it with me. I'd like to invite you all to read the vision and mission with me. Our vision is to create an environment for all to realize
the power of spiritual
connection. Our mission, to provide a sanctuary
for all to be
lifted and inspired to embody
spiritual principles
and live their inherent
greatness.
Thank you. And now for our affirmation. My home brings out the best in me and others. And I'll read that one more time. And I'd like to invite you to place a hand on your heart, if that's comfortable for you. And say these words to yourself as I read them aloud. My home brings out the best in me and others. Now, let's welcome to the lectern Diane Kadaldi with this week's announcements. Good morning, Diane.
Playing the part of Diane is Reverend David Clark. I don't know if there are any soap opera people out there. I still watch my soaps. Diane is out of town today, so I'm going to be doing the announcements. And boy, there are a lot of things to announce. There's a lot of good stuff happening. We've got our Thanksgiving Day potluck, our Thanksgiving potluck. That's going to be next Saturday, November 19th, from 1 to 4 at the Fair Plaza Community Room, 35 West Clover Street, Woodland. It's going to be at our Woodland location. So, there are flyers on the back table, beautiful flyers on the back table. So grab one if you are so inclined. It's a potluck. So please grab a flyer and sign up and let the organizer know if you're going to bring something and what you're going to bring. And we also have it posted on our Facebook site. So it's an event. So please spread that out to as many people as you can. And if you're on Facebook, accept the invitation. Yes. There will also be a special email going out to everyone looking for potluck items. So fantastic. The next thing we have is our winter cabaret, our midwinter cabaret, which is coming together nicely. I'm working very closely with the chairwoman of that committee. And I'm hearing great things are happening. We got a terrific lineup. We've got an internationally acclaimed soprano that will be here singing and sharing with us, Carrie Hennessy. Absolutely terrific. And I'm not just saying that because her husband's in the back. I mean it. She's wonderful. And it's going to be very interesting. Yours truly might do a song or two. and Billy and Erica and the cast of characters that you know and love, and some surprises. Yeah. And actually, Gary's going to be there too. He's
Too late, the damage is done.
I guess I should mention my wife is going to be performing. I'm in such hot water. How did this happen? So please come out. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be terrific. There's even going to be some poetry readings. So, man, it's going to be a great show. That is going to be here at the GPO on December 2nd. That's a Friday from 7 to 9. We're going to have a little intermission. We're going to have some goodies. What was that? Oh, yeah, 9-ish. Yes, 9-ish.
Very itchy.
Yeah, so please come out for that. And we're asking a $10 love donation per person for that. And that event is going to support our youth programs that we are building right now. And it's going to support our growing music industry. Our music ministry, sorry. Oh, yes, and one other thing. And Toys for Tots. We're going to be donating toys. So bring an unwrapped gift, and we'll pile them up and we'll give them to the kids, because kids need toys on Christmas. That's just the way it is. I was remiss. I didn't welcome our online audience. Welcome, online audience. Our Facebook and YouTube. And we also got a little bit of Zoom going on. So welcome to everyone that's tuned in online. I didn't want to neglect you. Our next announcement is volunteer opportunities. We have volunteer needs for all of these beautiful events that are coming up: the Thanksgiving potluck, the Winter Cabaret, the ushering and greeting and fellowship time downstairs, and anything that you can think of in how you want to serve the community and serve this center. Just let us know, and you can let me know, you can let Bobby know, you can let my lovely wife Heather know. She'll be out here in a minute. But please let us know if you want to volunteer. Lastly, our board meeting is this Thursday, November 17th, 6 o'clock p.m., and the Zoom meeting room is up on the screen. Please come to our board meeting and see how the sausage is made. See how the sausage is made. That doesn't sound very attractive. We're not sausage. You see how the cake is baked. Yeah, I'd rather be cake.
Some of us really like sausage.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Well, whatever you prefer. If you like sausage, so you can see how the sausage is made. If you like cake, then come for cake. But there will not be cake at the Zoom meeting. Just want to let you know.
Or sausage.
Or sausage. Thank you, Gary.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for the announcements. And now, next week, I won't be here, but we will have our special guest, Mignon, will be here to give us another aspect on home. So that's going to be terrific. So now we want to move into I think it's working for me, into the contemplative part of our service. And to get us started on that peaceful path, I want to welcome Heather Clark to give us our sacred readings of the day, and then Gail will be giving us our invocation.
Good morning, everyone. So the first one today is: all are rooted in the one life. Your endeavor, then, is not so much to find God as it is to realize God's presence and to understand that the presence is always with you. This is from a Holmes Reader on Practical Wisdom, page 18. Second one: the kingdom of heaven is that place within ourselves where there is universal and individual peace at all times. Peace that holds no doubt of our abiding good and wise divine protection. That's Ernest Holmes' Questions and Answers on the Science of Mind, page 112, and Prosperity, page 56. Wake up! Your word is all powerful. Your consciousness is one of omnipotence. Your thought is infinite. Your destiny is eternal, and your home is everlasting heaven. Right? Realize the truth. Ernest Holmes, Creative Mind, page 69. Tired of going the back way?
I'd like to invite you to take a collective breath with me. As we breathe in and breathe out, and allow ourselves to come home, connecting to that one spirit, the one presence, the one essence that flows in, around us, in us, as us. God. God is all there is. And in this one spirit, know that we are surrounded in love, the presence, the essence, the trueness of God. And as we allow ourselves to become more present in this moment, knowing that Spirit's presence, its essence, flows through us, as us. And in this one true essence, we are grounded. In the midst of the storm, we are grounded. In what appears to be a division, we're grounded. Knowing that we uplift one another, sending out prayers to ourselves, our community, and the world. Our community leaders, our state and world leaders, sending out prayers to our two-legged, four-legged, three-legged beings, and all sentient beings in this moment. And Mother Earth, for all that Mother Earth gives us. We're grateful. The prodigal son, when we come home to ourselves, we are truly welcome. And we lift our arms and say, yes. Home. So from that grounded space, that connection with Spirit, we give thanks for this moment, for allowing ourselves to arrive. Sometimes the journey is difficult. So giving thanks for this time, for this journey, for this moment to be here right now. We give thanks. We give thanks because God is all there is. And knowing this, I release these words into the working of the universal law that says nothing but Yes, yes, yes. Join me in saying, and so it is.
For the face of God, I hold you in my hand. You are a part of me. Face of God, you are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of God. In my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God.
Good morning, everyone. So we are, actually, I didn't hear you. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Now we're all awake. So, roots and wings. This topic today comes from a writing. Here's the quote. There are only two lasting bequests that we can hope to give our children, roots and wings. And they can be grown, these roots and wings, only in the home. That's Hodding Carter, journalist and author of When Main Street Meets the River. When Main Street Meets the River. That's what he wrote. And so that is a big task in giving our children roots and wings. And as our topic is home this week, I had a little bit of problem with talking about home because home is one of those loaded words. As soon as you say home, people, they go off to their interpretation of what home is. And it's not always the same thing. Sometimes, it's a great home. I came from a great home. And sometimes it's like, I didn't have a home. Some people are like, I don't have a home now. There's such a spectrum of feelings that come up when you're talking about home. Home. So what home are we talking about? Well, we're talking about your childhood home, your the home that you're living in now, the home that you carry around with you to places. No matter how we grew up, no matter what's happening now, if someone came up to you and you go into your friend's house and they say, hey, make yourself at home, doesn't that feel good when somebody says that? No matter what your home was like, no matter where you're coming from, you walk into somebody else's house and they say, make yourself at home. The reason that feels good is because we do have a universal sense of what home should feel like. We know what it should feel like. We know that it can be a sanctuary. We know that it can be a loving place, a forgiving place. My home growing up, there wasn't a whole lot of forgiveness happening. My parents were old school. You mess up, you get corrected. and then it's left. It's not like the Brady Bunch where, dad comes around and sits on your bed and says, your puppy is a big responsibility. Or the reason that you were punished today was because I love you and I want to make sure that you don't carry habits out to no, it was none of that. I would have appreciated that, but we didn't have any explanation. We just got punished and move on. And so there was no post-punishment. I had to kind of resolve things for myself and move on. My parents weren't particularly mean. They could be mean, but they weren't mean. They were just from a generation where you didn't do a whole lot of talking. There was no time for talk. You had to live, you had to breathe, you had to move, you had to do whatever you needed to do. So you get your punishment, you get your correction, and you move on. So I didn't really get a sense of, there's a forgiveness, and there's a pressure that's let off. So that's what I'm carrying from my childhood, one of the things. But it's also a place that's accepting. When your friend says, hey, make yourself at home, then you can kind of relax into that. You're not as tense or worried about making a mistake. You're at home. Your friend has just given you license to be comfortable. And welcome. So why is home so important? Since we all have this baseline and we know what home should be, why is it important? Well, it's important because your home life never stays at home. It travels with us. Home comes with us. If I'm at home, and not that Heather and I ever argue. Hey. Not that Heather and I ever argue, but if we did get in an argument, so we get in an argument, and then I'm just, and then it's not resolved, and I'm leaving home. I leave home, I get in my car, and I'm driving to work, and what am I bringing with me? I'm bringing that argument. I'm bringing what just happened at home with me. And so people that cut me off, now I'll just let you go. I'm not letting you go now. I'm upset. I'm upset about what happened 15 minutes ago, but you're going to get a dose of that. And so the home that I'm leaving is the home that I'm carrying with me. It's the home that I'm interacting with other people with. I'm speaking to you right now from my home that I have brought with me. So it's extremely important how we feel at home and what we feel about home, because we're going to take that with us and we're going to use those feelings to interact with everyone else in the world. And we want to have healthy interactions. We want to have blessed, wonderful interactions with people. And the way we do that is to be open and loving and invite people into the home that we bring with us. So how do we have a healthier, happier home with us? And how do we transfer that to our kids? It's very difficult. I used to think that there was a way to raise children. You do it this way, your kid comes out great. You do it some other way, and the kid, who knows what happens. And I should note that I believed all of these things before I became a parent. I would look at somebody else's kids and think, you're not raising that kid right. You should tell them to sit down. You should tell them to, you should, But you know what? I don't want to say it doesn't matter how you raise your children. I'm just saying that children are so resilient. They can outlast the training that we give them from home. They can emerge and be bright stars no matter where they were born and no matter how they were raised. So you don't have to think to yourself, oh man, I didn't have a great mom, I'm doomed. No. Spirit puts into our lives people to influence us. They put into our lives mother figures, father figures, people from the outside world that can care and that can teach us. We're not forsaken. We are never forsaken at any time. by God. So it's kind of funny, the culture clash that I had when I first went to my friend's house to stay the night. And in my neighborhood, I had a bunch of friends. It was mostly a Hispanic neighborhood, so most of my friends were Hispanic. I had a couple of black friends, but I didn't have like a really bestie friend that was Caucasian that we really latched onto. Well, as I grew older in middle school, I had a great friend. And so I went over to his house for the first time, and he's Caucasian. I went over there, and something happened in the kitchen. Somebody spilled something, and he said, "Oh, Mom, cuss." And I didn't say cuss, but he actually said an expletive, a real cuss word. And I looked at him, and I looked at the mom, and she said, "Oh, Billy, that's no big deal. We can get that cleaned up." And I was like, You just cussed in front of your mom. If I did that, I would not be here before you today. I'd be walking with a permanent limp after that. But he felt free and comfortable to let an S-bomb fly, let an F-bomb fly to his mom. And yeah, it was incredible. And I thought to myself, it's like, oh, no way, my mom would destroy me. And so we would think that, what was that, Heather?
I said, not my mom. My mom wouldn't let me do that.
Oh, right. Yeah, and I'm old school, so that stuff doesn't happen. But you would think, oh, wow, the mom lets the child curse in front of it. This child is going to be, whatever connotations you want, whatever negative connotations you can think of that would arise from that, you'd be thinking it. But he grew into a great kid, into a great man. He's got a job, he's got a family. He functions well in society. He's in clubs. He's very loving. He's very giving. He's wonderful. And his parents, by the way, were wonderful people. Wonderful, loving people that told me, hey, make yourself at home. That was one of the first places that said, make yourself at home. So they were wonderful people. But there's more than one way to raise a child. And there's more than one way to live as an adult. After you find out, these things from childhood, well, that wasn't a great decision. That wasn't so good. Once you realize that, you can change these things in your life. But one of the things that I did was I took my childhood home and I brought it to my adult home, and I tried to parent my kids the same way that I was parented. And it doesn't work. It didn't really work. So I had to change. I had to change myself and how I was doing with them and how I was choosing to raise them with roots and with wings. And as much as our kids fought that regimen and the discipline that I tried to give them, they appreciated it. It was a very difficult process being in a blended family. Our blended family did not just meld together. I have 2 kids from a previous relationship. Heather has 1 child from a previous relationship, and we're trying to build one household for everyone. And it was very difficult. But one of the things that the kids appreciated most of all, and this was strange, was our traditions. The things that we would do every year, the things that we got from Heather. Heather's really into traditions. So every Thanksgiving we did X, every Christmas we did Y, every New Year's we did Z. We had our holidays lined up, and they were wonderful experiences. And my kids really appreciated that, as much as they didn't maybe appreciate Heather herself. They appreciated the traditions that Heather gave us. So you never know what's gonna work with kids. But one thing I do know is that it's never too late to set down roots for yourself. It's never too late to sprout wings. wings that maybe should have been sprouted when you were a child. If they weren't sprouted when you were a child, those wings can emerge at any time and take you anywhere. Thich Nhat Hanh said, "Your true home is in the here and now." I'm going to say that again. Your true home is in the here and now. Right now, right here, in your face, surrounding you. This is your home. So it doesn't matter what your home was. The only thing that matters is what your home is. So how do we feel more at home with ourselves? I've got 5 tips for you. I just happened to. So here's tip number 1. Ground yourself. Every morning, ground yourself. Start your day intentionally. When you open your eyes, take a moment to breathe and settle back in your body as you would after yoga. Just laying there, breathing, not hopping out of bed, not getting things done, just laying there, getting into yourself. Instead of hopping out of bed, place your feet on the floor and push down gently with your knees and toes. Stretch, breathe, even bounce up and down if you want to. Take time to experience life in your body after your short break. So ground yourself every morning. That's number 1. Number 2, forgive yourself. I don't know about you, but occasionally, just before I knock off, I'm thinking about the things that I didn't do during the day. I'm thinking about the things that I said and what I should have said. I'm a great rewriter of history. I will rewrite it to the hilt, and I'll keep rewriting it again and again and again. But I can punish myself sometimes. I have goals, I have hopes, I have dreams, and sometimes I don't get everything done that I wanted to get done during the day. Sometimes I make mistakes. Forgive yourself. Know that you are doing the absolute best that you can conceive of at the moment. Not the best you can do, because your potential is infinite. We want to bring our conception of ourselves up to our possibility. So we're always doing as well as we can conceive. So forgive yourself. You made the best choice that you could. You did the best you could. And tomorrow, you can try it again. So, very important. Forgiveness is very important in the home. It's one of those elements that I said earlier that I never got, that I always wanted. That reconciliation piece. Reconcile with yourself. Number 3. This is a big one. Remember who you are. You're not just anyone. You are a blessed child of God. You hold within you all of the qualities that God is. All the power, the peace, the light, the love, the beauty, the joy, the wisdom. All of that rests within you. All of that is within your grasp. All of that is your birthright. That's who you are. Remember that every single day. And remember that about yourself, and remember that about everybody that you set eyes upon. You're equal. Equal to everyone. Equally wonderful, equally blessed, equally gifted. So number 3, scan your body. Do a little scan. I don't know if you've ever done this, but you close your eyes and you have like a little scanner that you imagine at the top of your head, and you run it down from your top of your head all the way down through your body, detecting any kind of aches, pains, discomfort, identifying them, acknowledging them, tracing them. Where do these feelings come from? Oh, I have an upset stomach. Why is your stomach upset? Oh, because I'm worried about this or that. A lot of our physical feelings can be traced to emotions, can be traced to what we think. So scan your body. It's like walking through your home, making sure that everything's okay. If you do like a one walkthrough before you go to bed. Okay, doors are locked, these lights are off, everything's cool. That's what you're doing. You're just checking your household, making sure that you yourself are at peace. And then embrace the uncomfortable feelings that you might have. In today's society, we want to feel good all the time. And if we don't feel good, then we will do something to make ourselves feel good. We turn on the TV and watch a show. I know, I'll get something to eat. That always makes me feel better. That's a big one for me. I head to the fridge. But sometimes uncomfortable feelings are meant to feel that way. Maybe they're indicators of some other issue, something that needs to be taken care of. Some little gap that might be in your faith. Somewhere where you think there is no hope. And every time, and this is a big one for me, every time I think of something that, there's no hope, I get this feeling in my stomach, in the pit of my stomach. That's not how I normally approach life, of thinking, limits, there's hope, there's always hope, there's always possibility, always. And so when I'm feeling the opposite of that, I feel it in my body. So trace those uncomfortable feelings that you might have, and instead of rushing off somewhere, unless it's something like, you have a sciatica and you need to put some hot something on your back or something like that, address that. But if you got some other discomfort, some other worry that's happening on your mind, address that. See what you need to do to reverse it, to solve it, to calm it. So these are things that we can do within the home that is our here and now, to help us to feel better, to approach the world from a better angle, from a better perspective. So for our home play, we just want to recap, okay? We want to try to ground ourselves every morning. I challenge you, before you get out of bed, I know we've got a lot of things to do. I know we're very busy people, and we may even wake up late sometimes. But before you get out of bed, just take a moment of peace, a moment for yourself, to get back with yourself, to ground yourself, to forgive yourself. Start your day with forgiveness. And not only forgive yourself, but forgive other people in your life. Ooh, that's a big one. Forgive other people in your life, because the grudge that you're carrying around with yourself is not doing any good. The grudge that you're carrying around for other people, that's not doing any good either. Love, love, love. Know that whoever you're holding a grudge against is also just doing the best they can conceive of. And sometimes we can only conceive of a little tiny bit. Remember who you are. Remember who you are, the magnificent being of light that you are. Scan your body. Quiet moment. Just give yourself a scan and make sure that you're comfortable in your own skin. Make sure that you're not creating any barriers, any limitations that keep you from living your dream. And lastly, embrace the discomfort. Embrace the discomfort. Don't try to entertain it away. Don't try to eat it away. Don't try to shame it away. Don't try to justify it. I need to feel bad because of this. No, you don't need to feel bad. Bad is not a universal principle of God. You notice when I run through the qualities of God, badness is not, it's not one of them. Pain, suffering, those aren't in there. Only goodness and light. That is what is within you. So seek out those feelings and seek out ways to bring yourself peace without ignoring the problem. And So always remember that, and try to do this throughout your week. And remember that you're bringing your home with you everywhere you go, and we're about to have prayer. So let's take that into prayer. And it is here and now that we go inside ourselves, to that place of peace, that place of love, that place of absolute knowing, that place of fellowship with our Creator, that place inside that we call home, our real home, our true home. And it is from our home that we declare there is one Spirit, one God, one consciousness, universal life. And this life is everything that we discuss. It's all good. It's light, love, power, beauty, joy, wisdom. Everything we want and everything we need resides within us in unlimited amounts, infinite abundance. So it is from this place of home, with this knowledge of infinite abundance that is residing within us, that I declare today that there is nothing that we can't change. There's nothing that we can't do. There's no worry on our hearts that is bigger than this power. So can the crooked be set straight? Yes. Can wars end? Yes. Can we treat each other with humanity, with loving kindness, with blessed disagreement and discourse? Yes, we can do all of these things. We can do these things and still enjoy the peace of God. We can still enjoy joy. We can still live out our dreams in peace with one another. Every single problem in the world today can be resolved through choice, and that is a power given to us by God, to each and every one of us. So I look upon today with giddy expectancy, with gratitude for everything that God has done and everything that God will do and everything that God is doing now. I am so grateful. I'm grateful for the present moment. I'm grateful for my present home, my home that I carry with me everywhere, my home that I'm free to invite people into, my home of myself. And so it's with this sense of gratitude that I can release these words into the universe, knowing that they're true and done, knowing that God acts on these words the instant that they are spoken and believed. And so let us all release these words with the words And so it is.
Take these shoes, click clacking down some bad street. Take these shoes, take this shirt, polyester white trash made it nowhere. Take this shirt, wash it clean. Take this soul, stranded in some skin and bones. Take this soul and make it sing. Yahweh, Yahweh, always pain before the child is born. Yahweh, Yahweh, still I'm waiting for the dawn. Take these hands, teach them what to carry. Take these hands, don't make a fist. Take this mouth, so quick to criticize. Take this mouth, give it a kiss. Yahweh, Yahweh, always pay for the child born. Yahweh, Yahweh, still waiting for the dawn. Take this city, city should be shining on a hill. Take this city, if it be your will. No one can take this heart, this breaking heart. Take this heart and let it sing.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
My pleasure.
So, thank you, Gary. We are a center that observes the spiritual practice of giving and tithing. We call it conscious, committed giving, structured giving. There are many ways to give and many ways to expand abundance consciousness. We give of our time through volunteering, of our talents through participation, and we give of our treasure through financial donations. Your gifts help us in our mission to provide a sanctuary for all to be lifted and inspired to embody spiritual principles and live their inherent greatness. Every month we have, or every quarter we have a tithing partner, and our tithing partner is NAMI. That is the National Alliance on Mental Health. And you know, it is so wonderful to live in this world of spirit and to look at things from the spirit first. Why do I say that? Because last week we had a new person here, and she had just retired from the board of NAMI of the organization we're tithing to this quarter. And so when I mentioned it, she was like, "What?" And isn't that amazing? She just happened to be on the board and then just happened to be in here. Spirit moves in mysterious ways. Well, what is NAMI? NAMI is the National Alliance on Mental Health. It's the nation's largest grassroots mental health organization dedicated to building better lives for the millions of Americans affected by mental illness. And we are giving part of our tithe to NAMI YOLO to help people right here in Yolo County. So there are many ways to give. You can text to give to this number that's on the screen right now, 530-322-8441. You can also PayPal and send us money there and make your donations very simple on PayPal, or you can send us a good old-fashioned check or money order to our P.O. Box 1361, Davis, California, 95617. So, now that we know how to give, let us enter and why to give. Let us enter into the sacred consciousness of divine abundance. And I invite you to place your hand over your heart, symbolizing that energy of circulation, and say with me our abundance affirmation. I give with an attitude of abundance, knowing that as I give, I do receive. Today, I celebrate my prosperity and my ability to share from my overflow of good. I give from the knowledge that all is well.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything. So thanks. It's not power. So give thanks for our blessings. Speak everything. Joy. Joy is my source. Joy is not power. Joy is everything. So I'll give thanks for our blessings. Speak everything. Peace. Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Speak everything. So I give thanks. Blessings. Peace gives me everything I need. It's my source. It's my power. So I give thanks for the souls.
And release these gifts to do their work of proclaiming the good news that all is well. As we have freely given according to the law of circulation, it returns to us, full measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So we will always have more to enjoy and to spare, to give and to share. For this we give thanks. We let it be so, and so it is.
I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed. Put my faith in the test. If I feel expressed. Yes, yes. I expect to be got a little bit, didn't I?
It's a little bit. A little bit.
So I do expect to be blessed, clearly.
Thanks for blessing.
I love it.
It affects it in no way.
I'm happy.
Oh man, this is a beautiful thing about having a guest artist, and especially with Gary. Gary's just so full of music. Music is exploding out of Gary at all times. We have to desecrate him. So thank you for that, Gary.
Pleasure.
A couple of last little items. We want to welcome the children and welcome the children here, and we are making a place for you here. And just to let the children know that are present and the children that are inside present, we want you to know a few things about us. We love you.
We love you.
We are here for you.
We are here for you.
And we are glad you're here.
Glad.
Yes. All right. So we also believe in the power of spiritual connection here at Center for Spiritual Living Davis and beyond. And what does that mean? That means we believe in the power of prayer. We believe in the power of affirmative prayer. We believe that if we know something and believe something about you, that it is true. And we can join together with your own belief and make a powerful connection that makes our dreams come true, that enlivens God to put into our lives what we believe. So, to that end, please let us avail yourself to pray with you today. We have a trained prayer technician. Our prayer practitioner today is Bobby Bolden, who's inviting, yes, doesn't she look inviting? She's inviting everyone to come, please. Let me think the best of you. Let's talk about how wonderful you are and how God is working in all of your situations. So, Bobby is available for that today, and so am I too. So we are both here and trained, and just it's something that we love to do. So I also want to mention that we're going to have fellowship time after the service. We're going to have coffee. We're going to have goodies. Heather, yes?
I just want to ask a question. When will we find out our new name?
That's a good question. And we did not plan this ahead of time because I'm not exactly sure what to answer you with. But we are having a board meeting this week. And I've had meetings with CSL proper. We've got some more framework around what our name can be and what the entire process is. And just in a nutshell, glad you mentioned it, Heather. We have a list of names. We're going to be narrowing those names down to 3, and then we give those 3 top names to CSL in order of preference, and then they let us know what they approve of through their committee. But it's pretty basic, as long as we can substantiate that the name that we're giving them is actually tied to this region, because they don't know every region in the world. But as long as we substantiate that with them, we can pretty much name it whatever we can substantiate. So we are going to be getting together as a board this Thursday to talk about that very thing, and we'll let you know next Sunday how things are proceeding. Valerie.
Strongly about the use of this building and what we're doing here.
That's an excellent point. Thank you for mentioning that, Valerie. And for those of you that didn't hear, Valerie mentioned that there is a planning meeting here in Winters on Thursday, at the same Thursday as the board meeting. So it'll be interesting how I'll split myself into 2. But I'm going to attempt to do that, so stay tuned. But the meeting is for the Planning Commission to finally put their seal of approval on this building and how it is to be used moving forward. And so if you could come to the planning meeting, it's right over at City Hall in Winters. If you could come to that, it starts at 6:30, and be here in support of Rhonda and her team. And I was at the last meeting, and we should really be done with this meeting. This should be it and no more meetings, and then we just sail up into the sunset, being the wonderful place that this is. So please come out to that and show your support. We had great support on the last meeting, and so that would be greatly appreciated. So, without further ado, we're going to have our fellowship time downstairs. I think that's what I was in the middle of.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. We can have a question and answer period. That's cool. We throw that in. So join us for fellowship, and so let's have our closing song and benediction.
And we definitely need video of you splitting in two.
I can't.
Oh, my lovely wife said she couldn't handle two of me. You know what? You can handle all the good that God gives you, even two of me. So
that's double good.
I could say it.
All right, should we try take two of this one?
Yes.
I expect you. Let's take two. I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed. With faith to the test, I fully express. Yes. I expect to be blessed. Expect to be blessed. Expect to be blessed. Expect to be blessed. With faith to the test, I fully express. I expect to be blessed. Expect to be blessed. Expect to be blessed. Expect to be blessed. I faith to the test, if I fully express. I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed. I expect to be blessed.
Go forth today carrying your blessed home with you wherever you go. And always remember that God loves you. And so it is.
So it is. Some walking out music.
Yes. Thank you, Gary.
Oh, please, everybody, a little hand for Gary. Gary, he's lucky and talented.
Another great service.
Yes. You
That's
can stairs
what
and
I can
everybody's feet.
Okay.
Okay. And Gary, I have had requests, by the way, for the cabaret that you do your Jewish Christmas songs. Yeah. So I just wanted to make sure that you knew.
Oh, thank you.
It's been requested.
There's certain expectations that you just came back with. Patrick, what?
Hey, Gary, do you know the Jewish prayer song Avenu Mekena?
Say again?
Do you know the Jewish prayer song Avenu Mekena?
Oh, Avinu Malkeinu.
Avinu.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know there's like 12 different
There's a
versions.
version that's beautiful.
Look that
And
up.
I was thinking it would sound good.
Okay.
And I sing it. So
Okay.
we should work that up.
Can you just get me the chords that
Yes.
whatever key it's in?
Yeah,
Just give me the chords.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come in.
I was thinking that
Not me. Oh, I love
we
it.
can do it here, maybe.
Oh, I
I'm
love it.
actually singing.
Are you planning on doing it for the
Yes.
cabaret? Sweet.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So just so you know, the cabaret is midwinter. So people